Welcome. So in this video, we're just going to be talking about my dividend investment portfolio. Pretty much how has it been since the previous video? Have I made any major changes? And pretty much how's this earnings season's treated me so far? So let's get right into it. My name is Reggie. I'm Reggie the Investor, and I started this dividend investment portfolio on September the 5th, 2023 of last year. I deposit $200 each and every month, $100 on the 8th, and $100 on the 23rd of each and every month. I already made my first contribution for the month of May of $100, which brings my current net worth to the portfolio of $1,870.31. Right before we do get into the portfolio, I do want to say I appreciate you for even clicking on this video. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, it'd be greatly appreciated. Any comments, questions, or critiques about my portfolio, put them in the comments below, because I try my best to respond to each and every one of them. All right, so getting right into the portfolio now. I know this is what you're really here for. I hold a total of 15 different positions or holdings, you can call it. Here goes all my holdings. Technically, it is 14. The reason I say that is because two of the three ETFs I currently hold right now, which is VOO and SPY, they contradict each other just based off expense ratio and some other little tiny things. But other than that, that's just how I started. Haven't really made a final decision on which one I want to sell just yet. So yeah, I just left it as is because they're not really outperforming each other by a large amount. They're both invested with the same amount of money, right? But yeah, so here are all 15 of my holdings. You can see the amount of shares I hold for each and every one of them. You can also see my average share price for each and every one of them, and then how much money I have invested, which is my cost basis, how much money I have invested into each and every one of them. Go ahead and pause the video. Any questions or comments or critiques about any of my holdings, leave them in the comments below, and I try my best to respond to them. All right. So right before we talk about the performance of the portfolio, I know this is pretty much what everybody came here for. How much have I earned in dividends from this portfolio? It's been a total of $12.49 since starting this portfolio. I know this is not much to many of you guys that have been investing. For me, this has only been my seventh. My seventh month of investing, I think. Like I said, I started September of last year, and we're slowly growing. We're slowly dollar cost averaging into some of my holdings, and $12 isn't much, but it's proof of concept and it's a start, right? Sooner or later that may be $1,200. Sooner or later it may be $20,000, so on and so forth. All right, that's the plan, to live off the dividends at some point, but not really having a time frame on when that point happens. All I really am focused on right now is growing my income so I can start investing more. My goal right now is to invest at least $2,000 to $1,000 a month into this portfolio, sooner or later. But that's pretty much my goal. So getting right into the performance now. So since starting this portfolio, we've been in the green 21.21%, which isn't too bad in my opinion for 7 months. Year to date, right now, we're currently in the green by 6.82%. If we compare that to the S&P 500, go here to year to date. At the time of making this video, S&P 500 is currently in the green by, let's just round it up, 10 points. So we are underperforming in this year to date category or time frame. No excuses, of course, but main reason is right now, the reason that we are underperforming, if we do go here to my only real estate holding, this is Qualtrim. This is my software of choice when it comes down to stock or ETF, pretty much analysis, I guess you can say, or financials or balance sheets. I use Seeking Alpha as well, not as much as Qualtrim though, honestly. Vici is currently in the red year to date, 10.29%. I wouldn't say that is an excuse. I still think that Vici is a very good holding just based off the real estate that they currently hold. Also, the dividend that they do pay, and some other things as well. But that's kind of what's holding the portfolio back from being outperforming year to date. Other than that, I still will continue to invest in Vici, so on and so forth, the dollar cost average into it. And moving on back to the time frames now. So in the last month, the portfolio is currently in the green by 1.35%. If we go back to the S&P 500 compared to the last month time frame, S&P 500 is currently in the green by 0.04%. So we outperform in that time frame. And today was a market day at the time of making this video, so we were in the green by 0.73%. And if we go here to the day time frame for the S&P 500, 0.51% on the day is pretty much what it was green on. So not too bad performance wise, in my opinion. We're slowly coming back up. Other than that, that's pretty much the performance of the portfolio. So I know that's all the sweet stuff everybody likes to hear and see. So if you're still made it this far into this video, I do appreciate you. If you like this type of content, like I said, it's real raw footage. I don't do any editing. This is pretty much everything off the top of the dome. Anything that I've written down that I want to talk about, but nothing really too much. So this is going to be kind of a short video. Yeah, I appreciate you for being here. The video will still continue on, so on and so forth. Right. So going back into my activity now. So have there been any sales or buys since my previous video? So my previous video was made on the 23rd, either the 24th or the 23rd. So this is where I did my $100 deposit right here. The day after, or a few days after, I did do a buy order of pretty much all my capital, cash, liquid, whatever you want to call it. $130, did 11 buys on the 29th of April. And here are these 11 buys. I do post, sorry about that. I do post daily shorts of when I do any buy orders, sell orders, pretty much how the performance of the portfolio was the day before. So if that's something that you're interested in or curious about, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications. I try to post them around no later than 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. So yeah, if that's something that interests you, you can also go check those out on the channel right before this video, right after this video actually. And yeah, so these are the buy orders, the buy order I did make. In between that time frame as well, we did earn a dividend from SPY, a total of 35 cents. Whoop-de-doo, right? That's not too bad at all. So just proof of concept right there on the, what was that, April the 30th. So, yeah, not too bad at all. Other than that, that's really it about my holdings. Right now, I'm currently just seeing if there's any other stock or business or investment that I'm looking to invest in. I still have Fastenal. If you were here in my previous videos, Fastenal is one of the stocks that I kind of really wanted to get invested into. I haven't really done any research on it in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, right? But when they did report earnings, I was on it, really. So their current share price now is down 67%. Or sorry, it's the current share price is $67.62. When they reported earnings, it dropped around 7-8%. So previously it was around $80 a share. Now it's down to 67, which just shows you proof of concept where if you feel like you want to get into a stock, don't rush into it. There'll always be something to happen to bring the price down, right? Probably not as drastic, but just be patient, and that's something that I just had to grow into. Didn't invest into it when it was around $70-$80. I wanted to wait to see what happened during earnings, and as you can see, earnings season brought it down a little less than 10%, right? So the reason I haven't invested into Fastenal just yet, mainly because the distribution was the main reason they said that they failed on their earnings, which they didn't fall by much, really, to be honest with you, revenue-wise and earnings per share wise. Yeah, so I'm still going to do some more research on it, see what the distribution was about. Is it something that was just a one-time thing, or is it something that's going to happen on a consistent basis, so on and so forth. They also do pay a decent dividend, a growing dividend, almost 40 cents per share. So, yeah, they have really no debt in any circumstance, long-term debt, that is, of course. Other than that, they are growing revenue slowly but surely. Wish it was a little bit more consistent growth, but other than that, they're not doing any share buybacks, not a consistent amount of share buybacks. So if they start doing share buybacks, I'm sure this investment will do very well. So I'm going to just hold off onto it right now, looking outside in. I'm going to do a little bit more research on the distribution piece. Other than that, that's pretty much really all my investments that I'm looking at right now. What is this? Canadian Pacific. There you go. Canadian Pacific Railroad is one I was going to invest in. I'm holding off on that one as well. I still think it's a pretty decent company. I just feel like it can drop down just a little bit more around that $60-$70 range. High 60s, low 70s. Right now, railroads aren't getting too much attention right now, so that's why I'm just holding off on investing into it. I feel like it can drop down a little bit more. Moody's, MSI, just some companies that I just like the financials of. I haven't really did any research on them, so I don't really know what the companies are about. I do know Moody's is similar to S&P Global. That's the main reason I found it. Other than that, MSI I don't really know anything about. Netflix, I'm not really going to add that one to the portfolio because it's not a dividend payer. I do think Netflix is a great investment. Right now I'm kind of focused on my dividend stocks right now to slowly get some more income. I'm not really looking for the market gain just yet. And currently at the evaluation Netflix is currently at, for me personally, I wouldn't invest into it. I feel like, I wouldn't say I missed the boat, but the boat is about to set sail, and I feel like there will be a reason for it to come back sooner or later. After earnings, they did really well, surprised people a little bit, and also kind of did a little switcheroo where they said they're not going to show their subscriber counts anymore for earnings reasons or something like that. Or on their earning reports, they weren't going to show their subscriber counts. So I'm not really worried about that. It's not an investment of mine, so I just outside looking in, right? Trade Supply, I just like that's just the first one I added to my watch list. I just like the numbers of that company. I was gonna add it to my consumers, but I feel like I got the best consumers out there, which is Home Depot and Costco. Those are my only consumers stocks that I currently are invested into. And in Visa, I'm still really thinking about it because I feel like MasterCard is the better option, even though I do hold American Express, right? Which are, those three are pretty much practically in the same vicinity of pretty much companies. But I feel like MasterCard is the better option comparing it to Visa. So I still think Visa is a great company. I don't see any reason why let me not say you're not investing into it. That's going to be bad advice, which is not advice. All this is just me chatting, right? Visa is a company I did want to invest in previously, but I don't want to pretty much separate my capital. For example, I have VOO and SPY. They're both the same exact ETF. Like I said, no difference between them is but their expense ratio. It's pretty much the same thing, right? Two great companies doing the same exact thing. Which one's going to be better, in my opinion? I just chose Microsoft over Visa. If I do add Visa in the future, hey, I may have the capital to stretch, two different companies that do practically very similar things, right? But right now, only depositing $200 a month into this dividend portfolio. I kind of want to put my money into, not spread it out, say it like that. I don't want to spread it out drastically. I want to kind of focus on some small amount of things and pretty much attack it from there until I can grow my investment, the monthly investment that I do into this portfolio. Then we'll think about adding Visa, right? Any companies that are similar to each other, say it like that, right? I don't mind adding any new companies afterwards. But that's pretty much it. I did want to talk about you guys. I did make a little subscriber suggestion. So if you do guys subscribe, or if you are a subscriber and you have a suggestion on a stock I should invest into, I'll put it here if it's something I want to catch my eye on or think about looking at. Put them in the comments below. Like I said, any questions, critiques about my portfolio, I'm here. I don't mind them. This is my money I'm willing to risk, that I have invested into the market truly. This isn't no paper numbers. This is real money. There's $1,800 into this portfolio right now that is pretty much invested into different stocks and ETFs, right? So if you did make it this far into this video, I know it's kind of a shorter one than usual, right? 15 minutes, so on and so forth is what I usually try to hit for. But not to take any more of your time, I do appreciate you for even clicking on this video. I do appreciate you for watching this long into the video. And I'm glad, if you are here, I'm glad you're a part of this journey with me. I know I'm not the best content creator out there, but I'm slowly trying to get better. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of I'll see you another 2 weeks. I hope you all enjoy the 2 weeks while I'm gone, while you don't hear from me, long form video wise. And I appreciate it. Like I said, and also 78 subscribers, I do appreciate that as well. All the organic subscribers, I do appreciate that. I'll see you. I'm yapping. Stop it. All right, I'll see you guys 2 weeks from now. Peace out. Keep on investing. Look at the future, and keep compounding that money. All right. See you guys later. Peace out.